It is finally over. Celebrate with me, Lily. Come on. After 5 months, the writer's strike is finally over. The writers in the studios have agreed to a new 3-year deal, and they have not come out with the specifics behind it yet. But oh my God, I am so happy that this is finally over and we can start getting writers back in the office doing their jobs and making some great television and movies. There's going to be a whole lot more to talk about with this because there were some really key issues that they were negotiating here regarding writer residuals. With the new age of streaming, writers just were not being compensated properly for their shows that they wrote for that would make it big on streaming. I mean, for example, do you think the writers of Suits negotiated in their contract that whenever their show becomes a massive hit 10 years after it premiered, I think it premiered in 2013, I'm not entirely positive, but do you think they negotiated residuals in that contract for whenever their show was massive 10 years in the future? No, not really. They're probably getting paid like $50 a month from writing for this massively successful show. So residuals were a massive issue. Another big issue there that they were negotiating was about the use of AI. And I know that that's a big touch point for the Actors Guild as well, who are on strike. But the use of AI in writers' rooms, so I don't know what they negotiated there. For me personally, I would have a hard time believing that the Writers Guild would accept any offer that allowed for studios to use artificial intelligence on writing movies and TV shows. If they accepted an offer that allowed for that, I feel like that's almost like them signing their own death wish. So for their sake, I hope they didn't concede there. And then another big point was just the number of writers allowed in the writer's room. I believe studios wanted there to be a little bit less. But in my opinion, I feel like you should just have as many writers as you think you need on the show. I mean, there are some writers that maybe need like 2 or 3 people. There are others that need maybe 10 or 12. I mean, I don't know. For me, it just kind of depends on the show. I feel like there should be that kind of flexibility, and it should come down to what the showrunner thinks, or maybe the head writer. That's probably a better person in charge. Probably just should come down to whatever the head writer thinks is right for the given show. But, you know, we don't really know what the terms are yet, but those were just some of the major issues there between the Writers Guild and the studios. And this is great timing as well, because I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, we're getting a lot of reality TV here in the fall television slate, and part of that is just because there aren't writers working on shows, so they haven't been able to produce new scripted television. And so similar to 2008, we're just getting a large influx of reality television right now on networks. In fact, the last writer strike in 2008 is partially responsible for the wave of reality television that has impacted us to this day. So luckily, right now, we should be able to get writers back in the room to where we can get shows back on the air in the spring. So, you know, fingers crossed that the actors can work out a deal now with the studios, because we can't live off of reality television forever, you guys. Don't get me wrong, I love some good trash TV every now and then, but I also need some substance in my life. And development on many movies were halted as well because of the strike. So now finally studios can hire back these writers and we can start getting those scripts written. But right now, my biggest question is, what does this mean for the Actors Guild? Because it's great that we're going to get some projects in development and we're going to get scripts written. That's fantastic. That's a huge step right now in the process of getting movies and television shows that we love back into development. But we can't do anything until the actors sign a new deal. And a lot of the issues that I listed out with writers are a big touch point for the actors as well. Residuals haven't really caught up with the streaming services right now. You have actors on shows like Orange is the New Black, which is a huge show on Netflix, not really getting paid a living wage and not earning the residuals that they would make if they were acting on a show for NBC, we'll say. That's been a huge issue, as well as the use of artificial intelligence and not owning the right to your face after you were an extra in a movie, for example. Basically signing away your likeness for life as soon as you act on a movie or television show. So it's going to be really interesting what the terms are here with the Writers Guild. I feel like they're going to dictate a lot of what's agreed upon with the actors. So we'll see what happens from here. But for now, I'll take the small win. Writers are back to doing their jobs. Thank God. I cannot do more reality television shows this fall. But what do you think about all of this? Are you excited that the writers are back in the writers' room? Leave me a comment down below. Be sure to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Bye, guys.